Hey guys, I didn't get to make a video last week, but I'm gonna do it this week, and we'll go from there. Of course, everything we do around here, we start with scripture. So the first scripture we want to go to is 2 Corinthians 12:9, and I posted this on Facebook earlier today. 1 Corinthians 12:9 in the NIV reads. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weakness, so that Christ's power may rest on me. So let me go ahead on and read through 10. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weakness, in insults, in hardship, in persecution, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. And this is one of my favorite scriptures, and I would say it says, "For when I am weak, He is strong," and then it says, "For when I am weak, then I am strong." But he's also talking about the support of God and his grace being sufficient for us when we're going through different challenges in our life. And that speaks to something that I had done a few months back on my sister's keeper on Facebook, where we did a 30-day challenge of talking about uh, being enough. And I'm back here again because sometimes we forget that we are enough, and we have to continually say to ourselves that we are enough. No matter what your challenge is, what you're going through, you are enough. And another one I want to read to you too is you are beautiful. Ecclesiastes 3:11. He said he has made everything beautiful in his time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. See, in that message, God usually, when He starts a thing, He finishes it before He starts it. So when you're going through your storm and you're uncomfortable, one of the questions that I have to ask is, when you are going through your storm, will you still operate in your purpose? And that's some of the causes that a lot of us will not do. We'll back down from our purpose because we let the storm overpower what we're going through. I allowed that to happen last week because I was having some really transitional changes going on in my life, and they still may be a very important factor. I don't know. Everything is so up in the air right now that I have to rest and allow God to do whatever He's going to do with the situation. I cannot sweat over it. I can't cry about it. Whether it hurt or however it turns out, only God knows. All I can do is rest. I rest in what He's saying to me. I rest in however the turnout is going to be. And the main factor is that I keep operating in purpose while the whole situation plays out. Let me just say it like that. So we're not gonna sit on the sideline and pout about what is happening now, because God said, that I am beautiful, victorious. I'm enough. I'm strong. I'm amazing. I'm never alone. I'm chosen. I'm always loved. I'm capable, and I'm created. I'm created in His image. So I'm His workmanship. And all these things are important. And it's important to me to repeat those things to myself, and as well for you to repeat those things to yourself, because the challenges of life is when you're in a spiritual warfare or any kind of personal warfare, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to think that you're not good enough, and you're going to think that the thing that happened is your fault, and what could you have done differently. And maybe you did allow some things to occur, but when you're in a two-way relationship situation or everything is not going to always be your fault. A lack of communication, financial issues, infidelity, all these things could be a part of what you may be dealing with in your life. And maybe just sometimes the season is over with, and we have to accept that's the case, even though one or the other party might be hurting a little bit more because one or the other is not caring how you feel, their behavior basically says that. And you have to come to a place of acceptance that, you know, I have to love myself more than I love you. Because God mandates that even in every relationships that we have singleness. Singleness meaning that I love me, as the Bible would state, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So when you're in any kind of situation, you have to love yourself first. And I always express this to you guys, that if you don't love you, I can't love you. If I don't love me, I can't love you. If I'm not healed, I can't heal you. So if my cup is not full, I can't give out to you what's not in it. So those are some of the tips and the thoughts that I had running through my head right now. And because I didn't make a video on yesterday, I just wanted to really focus on, you know, the things that that should be important to each of us as we walk through this thing called life, and staying focused on what God has for you to do in the kingdom. It's not satisfying anybody else first. It's satisfying yourself first. It's loving you first. And I can't get away from the part where he says he created Adam. He created Adam to be in his presence. He created Adam. He gave him assignments after he created him to be in his presence. He sent him out to work. Then he told him to get a vision. Then he told him to cultivate the vision. Then he told him he was going to send him a helper. And then he had to guard the garden and take care of everything that was in the garden. And so when his helper came along, it was her job to help him as he explained or presented his vision to her. Now, if you don't have a vision, then guess what the woman is going to do? Because we're curious, we're busy, we doing things, we want to be busy. Give me an assignment to be doing for you to help, so that we can see what is it that I should be doing in the kingdom. What are we doing? Well, guess what? If you're not doing anything, then she finds something to do. Then it is your job to cultivate whatever she's doing in the kingdom. It is your job as a man to make it happen. Be a solid partner in whatever she's doing. And still you will, as a benefit of the relationship, benefit, and you should nurture to cultivate, nurture what she's doing. And then when all of these things happen, guess what you are to do? You are able to present your spouse, who's doing all these things, who started the company, who's doing all the creative ideas and juices are flowing from her head to make the team a better team. But if the team can't see that, whose fault is that? Because you lost your vision, or you don't have a vision. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I kind of know we just going, that's like a rhetorical question, and you know the answer. I don't have to elaborate on that. So anyway, guys, that's where I'm at. That's what I feel. That's how I'm doing today. And it's a Saturday, and down here in Louisiana, everybody knows that Mardi Gras is getting ready to happen. I don't do Mardi Gras because I think, you know, the crowds and all of that stuff and everything here, the homicide rate around here is just too high to be out taking chances with all these people. Yes, you know, and I don't want to dwell on that. We don't talk about negative things on here. We won't even put that in the atmosphere, because God is the creator of all. Anything that happens is predestined, and he knows what's gonna happen already, and we have free will to make changes if we so decide to do. You don't have to hurt each other and kill each other. Our main focus here is to love upon each other. So love your neighbor as you love yourself, but mostly don't get lost loving something before you love yourself. Because if you get lost in loving yourself, then that means you won't operate in the gifts that God have for you to do. You won't operate on your purpose. You will only try to satisfy somebody else, and then getting lost in that process is I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. You get lost in the process trying to satisfy somebody else, and you're miserably unhappy, sadly unhappy, and you find out that you lose your life or yourself in somebody else's idea of who they want you to be. They don't expect you to be who God says you are. They want you to be who they think that you are. I need you to be here to do that and do this, do that and do this. It don't work like that, because once God puts a mandate out on your life, you cannot be hindered from making that mandate come to life. At least I can't. So I love me more than I love you. I love me more than I love you. And because I do, I can love you. So long as I love you, I'm healed. So I love you guys. I really do. Y'all have a fantastic Saturday. And we will talk. I think tomorrow I'll do another video, because I am one video behind due to my crazy circumstances on last weekend. But all is well, I promise you. No matter where we are in the process, in my process, that your videos are going to be here. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to operate in purpose. I don't know what else to do. I'm going to rest, because God has the rest of it. It's all in his hand. It's all in his hands. Okay? Bye, y'all. I love y'all so much. Kisses and hugs. Kisses and hugs. Bye.